Hello, Collective. It is October 28th, 2025, and I'm back with a break time message. The nefarious masculines are talking about a replacement. So, the curator has been trapped in a loop of many MINI cycles of birth and death, just like human beings have been for centuries, while they've been draining them of their life force and utilizing their working services as slaves. These masculines are in the practice of habitual patterns, gaining relationship with people, godly women or men, someone with influence and gifts, properties, and then flipping and copycatting them with a puppet while maintaining the material wealth and the status of influence. They long to control consciousness, and they want to eliminate free-thinking, source-connected souls. Now, they're saying that she needs her medicine. This is this human trafficker's replacement. This magistrate, she's a dignitary. She has the Rainbow Covenant with the Most High God. She has been gifted dominion over the planet. And these masculines want to get rid of her. And they want to claim that position once again. They've done something to all of the synthetic medicines, which they believe gives them legal access or ownership of the flesh suit that contains the medicine and the spirit soul complex. They've been ordered to cease and desist using these medicines as connectors and bridges into people's minds, bodies, and energy. Their timelines, but they just won't stop. There is a divine feminine out there, a mother, who has been gifted the Rainbow Covenant with the Most High God. He has given her dominion over the planet. She has replaced the curator, who has been selling humanity into slavery, cannibalizing everyone by putting their human sacrifices into the meat grinders and then selling that sin-infested, cursed meat into the human family. So they get to eat the sin that has been transferred into those people, and then they get to eat the humans, which then they were hoping would get them convicted of eating the forbidden fruit, which is the human being. These brutalizers of life are desperate to remove this woman, this dignitary. She is ending their harvest of life. They are dead men, vampires. One of these masculines were talking about a ritual. They were talking about codependency, and someone said something about Lebanon. They're talking to each other about her being psychic. She is a psychic soprano. She's not just psychic. She comes from the upper dimensional realms, like she's high vibing. They're trying to apologize, but she is not accepting apologies. They tried to exterminate her family. And she doesn't want to give them services anymore, and she's not going to have to. God said she doesn't have to give anything back. They had believed that she and her counterpart would never live again. They believed that they were a myth when they showed up. When God went in and he reclaimed them, when he resurrected them and then led them back into their ascension, when they showed up, these people were freaking out. They didn't know what the hell it was because they've been trapped there for centuries. They're the original human beings. And there's been a lot of tampering going on with the genetics since then. These two have been buried under suffering for centuries, just like many of their family who did not make it. Jerusalem was mentioned. The curator himself told his posse of bros that he needed a relationship, a bridge, a connection to someone else's timeline and destiny, because he was trapped in a loop. He still has telepathic connection, even though he fell into that trap. They have the strength. These masculines are complaining about this woman and her counterpart. This curator is still trying to coach his posse on how to get the new leaders to fall. These masculines are talking about one-night stands. They've been prostituting the whole entire planet because they don't want to settle down and be responsible. Somebody's talking about gluten, Gluten is found in grains like wheat, barley, and rye. There is a medicine called gluten 600 tablet, which is used to thin the mucus in the airways. These tyrants and traffickers love the medicine because they use it as an access to consciousness and timelines. Or they could have been called a glutton by somebody, which is somebody who overeats, they overdrinks, they do everything in excess, and they have an excessive desire for whatever. And maybe they do need sugar because they are also talking about headaches. There's something about going bankrupt. Do you want to stay here the rest of your life? Someone asked another. This curator still has access to the psyche of some people in this new leader's domain, in her territory. He's trying to convince them to do something to this newly appointed feminine, to tag her through sex, to claim her energy. And one of them is saying, it's over. It's over, man. He sounds so sweet and innocent, but what comes out of him is vicious and vile. Somebody was told to prepare themselves. There's something about magic, and it's like there's a backfire incoming. The harvest moon and the hunter's moon was October 6th and 7th, and there's talk about a ritual. There's something about a transformation. So this curator has friends in this woman's territory, her and her counterpart's territory. He's scheming with them on how to sabotage the replacements, this new feminine divine and her counterpart. He wants them to get a relationship, a friendship, a teacher-student ship, or SEX her up again to gain access to her energy, her life, and then to undo her, to slander her, to steal her life and reward, just like last time. They falsely accused her of a crime, and then she was evicted. So here for centuries, gathering information on their sneaky little tactics. They're discussing sacrificing her without a relationship. They won't be able to claim the temple. Now, the temple is the flesh suit which houses the spirit and the soul. They need this temple. Whoever these masculines are, they need this temple, and they can't have it. These moles in the territory are trying to get in her good graces to Judas her on behalf of this sleazeball human trafficker. Men in her territory are working with this curator, making plans to sabotage her and her counterpart's life, to get them both convicted of false crimes and outcast once more. These moles, these masculines who are telepathically connected to this curator who has been trapped in a loop, need to be discovered and then evicted. This is the message, and I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.